In my last two videos, we took a look at main protagonist Ichiban's primary job, the hero, as well as the homeless, the primary job for Namba, one of the earliest party members. Today I will be continuing with the showcase of the primary jobs for party members, covering Adachi's job, the detective. But as usual, if you want to check out my other Yakuza Like a Dragon coverage, including job showcases, an overview of the battle system and job system, and more, you can find those links in the video description. The detective is Adachi's primary job, and much like with Namba's primary job, it fills a specific role in the party, which is to control the battlefield. To this end, it has a number of abilities that limit the enemy's ability to act by inflicting status ailments, though it is also a job designed to capitalize on fighting higher level enemies. Stat-wise, this playstyle is enforced with a higher than average HP growth, respectable attack and dexterity, and a decent defensive stat. Its healing stat, however, is abysmal, though you are unlikely to gain access to healing abilities with Adachi while using this job, so it's not really much of a concern. Much like with other primary jobs we've covered, the detective has no innate physical or elemental resistances, so those will need to be shored up via equipment. Speaking of equipment, the weapon of choice for the detective is the police baton. This weapon deals blunt damage and often comes with properties that boost Adachi's overall damage and add a chance of applying status ailments on hit. Job abilities for the detective can be broken down into two categories, offensive and support. Offensively, the detective focuses on dealing blunt damage and status ailments, but the kit overall does feel a little at odds with itself. For example, the ability Breakdown has a chance to apply the Rage status ailment, which causes an enemy to only use standard attacks, and Baton Counter puts Adachi in a counter stance, causing him to counterattack an enemy whenever they would deal damage to him at close range. When combined together, these two abilities offer a nice little bit of synergy that both limits what the enemy is able to do, while also dishing out some damage. But then the detective has abilities such as Helm Splitter that deals damage to one target but can also apply the Feint status ailment, with the chance of applying the status ailment increased the higher Adachi's HP is, emphasizing a desire to maintain a high HP total instead of taking damage. Now to be fair, the support abilities of the detective do place a greater emphasis on preventing damage altogether. Detective's Vigor has a chance of inflicting the Frightened status ailment on one enemy, with this chance increasing the higher the enemy's level is when compared to Adachi's. The Frightened status ailment is quite powerful, as a frightened character will have their turn completely skipped. There is also the Emergency Arrest ability, which when successful removes the targeted enemy from the battle completely. And then there is the Detective's Guts, which, much like the hero's Tenacity ability that the hero learns, allows Adachi to survive fatal damage so long as the ability is maintained. Finally, let's take a look at the character abilities that Adachi learns as he levels up. Though a quick reminder that character abilities are independent of job abilities, but I am including them with each party member's primary job throughout these showcases. For character abilities, Adachi learns 3 that have the potential to deal damage to multiple enemies, and 1 that deals heavy damage to an enemy at the cost of dealing some damage to himself in the process. As these abilities primarily target a single enemy and potentially deal damage to others surrounding the initial target, timing on when to use Adachi's character abilities is key. For more on ability timing, see my battle system video linked in the video description. So in summary, the detective offers another dynamic to the party early on in the game that you can't get from either Ichiban or Namba in the form of controlling enemy actions. It also has some interesting synergy with a few of its abilities, but that being said, the rest of its kit is somewhat at odds with these synergistic abilities. Still, it's a solid job that will do you well up until you're able to switch Adachi to something else. And that about does it for this overview of the detective job in Yakuza Like a Dragon. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below, and if you enjoy the content and want to support the channel, please be sure to leave a like on the video and consider subscribing. Also, you can catch me over on my Twitch channel or on my Discord server, both linked in the video description. Until next time, take care.